why, David, did you choose an offshore fund versus a United States fund?
Right. So it goes back to that. I think your point about the identity of the company and what makes sense for the focus and the values. So in that regard, the international component is a really big thing for us. Cayman is number one for international funds and is kind of a known quantity. So we spent a lot of time researching, what would be the prospective best environment, and there may be other jurisdictions where there could be, say, fancier bells and whistles or whatnot of certain, options of cool stuff you can do. But when it really comes down to it, of kind of the reliable workhorse of the offshore world, it comes down to Cayman, and that was something that was very interesting for us. Thinking through our experience on the regulatory side with blockchain and crypto, really kind of the approach has been, we want to have something that will be, we want to have a framework that's clear and that we can rely on right out of the gate. And historically, so far, that hasn't really been our experience with U.S. blockchain and crypto regulation. So in that regard, having guidelines that have been clear from the get-go from Cayman, but that have also been structured in very kind of similar legalese to a lot of other former British colonies, for example, means that there's clarity for what we should be doing, but there's also clarity from and I guess opportunity for better clarity from the investor side on what the regulations mean, what the terms and conditions are within kind of a known quantity legal system. Beyond that, something that was also interesting to us around the Cayman structure was that they were actually in many ways more stringent on certain requirements for investor protections. So requiring these nationally accredited third-party audits for the fund was something that we weren't really seeing on the U.S. side for what we were looking to do. So this a kind of ironic perception of Cayman as being an anything goes sort of jurisdiction, but then seeing that there's more clarity upfront for what we were looking for and potential for better investor protections as well was something very interesting to us. And then relatedly, I would say that because of that clear path of the Cayman structure, we found it interesting that these Cayman funds could be potentially listed onto, could be taken public essentially toward public bulletin boards within Cayman, something that is a lot harder to do in the United States. So basically more clarity, more functionality, more international comprehension of what it is that we're trying to accomplish.